We're going to have a very short video right now, and those of us, whether you follow the news or not, I'm sure you've probably heard about the brutal murder of Bangladeshi blogger Avjit Roy. His wife, who is Rafida Ahmed, she has recorded this very short video, just her talking. It's quite moving, and we are going to show it now.
Hi everyone, my name is Rafida Ahmed Bona, and I would like to thank American Atheists for giving me the chance to talk to all of you today about my personal journey through religious extremism. Though I'm recovering from my injuries, I have managed to write down some of my thoughts that I would like to share with you. My husband, my late husband, Dr. Avjit Roy, and I are Bangladeshi American citizens, atheists, and software engineers by profession, and we are the recent victims of Islamic terrorism in Bangladesh. Several weeks ago, Avjit and I visited our homeland, Bangladesh, to attend its national book fair. The book fair is held every year in Dhaka during the entire month of February, and thousands upon thousands of people attend the book fair every day. It's a historic event where we celebrate the International Mother's Language Day on 21st of February. Attending the book fair was especially important to my husband and me because we are both Bengali writers and bloggers. We wrote about science, rationalism, and humanism. More specifically, my husband wrote against religious fundamentalism. We thought that there is already so much written in English and other languages on these topics, so our mission was to spread the message of science, rationalism, and anti-fundamentalism in Bangladesh in our native language. When I wrote only one book concerning the evolution of life, my husband wrote 10 books about secular topics over the last 12 years. He was a more serious, more prolific writer than I was. He has also created the first online platform called Muktamona in 2001 in Bangla. Avjit wrote books about origin of life, how the universe emerged from zero. He wrote books about the science behind homosexuality. He even wrote a very literary piece regarding the relationship between Nobel laureate poet Rabindranath Tagore and the Argentinian feminist writer Victoria Ocampo. But two of his books, titled Philosophy of Disbelief and Virus of Faith, amassed far greater attention. On one hand, they made him exceedingly popular among the progressive young adults. On the other hand, these books fueled hostility and anger towards Avjit from Islamic fundamentalists. On the 26th of February, when we were leaving the well-lit, crowded book fair to get back to our car, Avjit and I were brutally attacked by Islamic fundamentalists. We were stabbed again and again by machetes on the side of the road. I have 4 stab wounds around my head. My thumb was also chopped off. I have multiple injuries on both hands and have gone through surgeries to repair the nerves and arteries. Yeah, my head was also shaved off to treat the wounds. But my husband wasn't as lucky. He was the true target of the attackers. They successfully hacked him to death. Many bystanders at the book fair were so scared that they did not offer us any help. It wasn't until a young photojournalist passed by the scene and rushed us to the hospital, where Avjit died. Unfortunately, Bangladesh government hasn't said a word about the incident yet. Avijit was a fellow freethinker, my best friend, my husband, and my life partner. He was killed because he wrote about science, rationalism, atheism, and he wrote against religious fundamentalism. His life was ended. My life was turned upside down. As I was preparing this message, I was told that another Bangladeshi blogger was killed, was hacked to death this morning the same way for the same reason. I think you also have someone in the audience, Asif Mohiuddin, who was hacked the same way, but luckily survived. But our story is not entirely unique. Murders like this happen on a daily basis again and again all around the world. But Bangladesh was not always like this. This is a relatively new country which was founded based on secularism. But religious fundamentalism has taken a deep root in our country in last couple of decades, just like many other countries around the world. Countless people have been gruesomely killed for speaking out. We have seen time and time again that words scare fundamentalists. But they can mutilate our bodies. They can try to silence us with whatever weapons they have. But they cannot destroy us because, my fellow atheists, our words cannot be killed. Thank you.
So we have with us today Asif Mohiuddin, who will be talking with us about how the freedom of speech means the freedom to offend. He is mentioned in this video we just watched. He too has suffered a brutal attempted murder at the hands of Islamic extremists who would rather have him silenced. He is not silenced. He is right here. He is not silenced. He is alive and he is speaking. And we are honored to have him today. Thank you. Let me move my...
Good morning, American atheist. Thank you so much for the opportunity to give me the chance to come here and speak with you. And I'm very glad to see all the atheists here, all the secularist, atheist, humanist. This is my first time that I saw so many atheists together. So it is very good experience for me. And I would like to thank you, David Silverman. We met in Oxford in the British Humanist Congress, and he invited me here, and I said, oh, that would be great. Many atheists, I always wanted to see the atheists from the America, how they fight with the Christians. I would like to know that. So this is my great opportunity to come here and speak about my experience. I'm not a very good speaker. I can write blogs every day, but as a speaker, I'm very bad. So I wrote something in my mobile. I will speak from my mobile. I know that American atheists, they were debating with American Christians, American Jews, and American Muslims. But for me, all my life, I was fighting with Islamic fundamentalism, especially Islamic fundamentalism, not with other religion, not with other cultures. I know it is very difficult in USA to become an atheist. Even in 2015, to not believe in God. But for me, it is, for Bangladesh, it is very, very much worst. You cannot imagine how worst it is in many of the Muslim countries like Bangladesh, Pakistan, Afghanistan, A few days ago, I met an atheist from Afghanistan, and he had the same experience like me. Maybe for American atheists, they will have problems in your families. They will throw you out, or they will cut the relationship with you. But for us, it was not very good experience. I have seen so many dead bodies in my life, so many friends, they died. Their head was, I saw the head and I saw the body, they were not together. And I wanted to show you some pictures of the killings, but I think that those pictures were very much violent. You cannot, after the speech, if you want to see those pictures, you can come to me. I can show you some of the pictures, how they killed those people. My fellow bloggers, my fellow atheists, my fellow writers. As Bonna Ahmed said, that Bangladesh was not so much Islamic country before. Bangladesh was liberated as a secular country. But last 25 years from the Saudi government and the Middle Eastern country, they are financing lots of madrasas in Bangladesh. And I call the madrasas the production house of terrorists, production house of fundamentalists. Madrasa is the Islamic education system in Bangladesh, and in India and Pakistan, they produce millions of fanatics every year. So I, and with many fellow bloggers, started writing against the madrasa education system, especially the madrasa education system, and they become very angry with us. And because it was their existence, their question of their existence. If it is a big business in Bangladesh, and it is a big political issue in Bangladesh, that madrasa education system should be reformed, or they should be destroyed. The madrasas should be destroyed. I always said that madrasa should not be run because those madrasa education system is the worst education system ever. I was attacked in 2013, and they said that they came from my behind and they attacked me and stabbed me with machete, and I survived in that attack. You can see that attack. That was my back. They attacked me several times, and is that okay? So that was my back, and I cannot move my neck. I have problems moving my neck, and after that attack, I was in prison for 3.5 months for writing against Islam, criticizing of Islam, and I had, when I was in prison, I had a lot of psychological problems as well. Still I am very afraid of unknown people. I cannot trust unknown people. When I see some unknown people, I become very afraid. Because after the attack, when I was in hospital, they came to me with the poison, to inject me the poison as a, like a doctor. They were dressed up as a doctor, and they came to kill me in the hospital also. But that time, thousands of other bloggers and secular activists, they were in hospital, and they saved me. And many other people saved me from being killed. I know this event is for socializing and having fun, but I would like to talk about these serious issues, the Islamization in many countries, especially in Bangladesh, Pakistan, Afghanistan, these countries. You don't have that experience to live in a constant fear that some people will come to your home and drag you to the street and execute you publicly. They published my name in the newspapers, and in my face, my picture was in the streets as a poster, and they labeled me as the #1 enemy of Islam. And the highest religious leader in Bangladesh, Allama Shafi, he said that Asif Mohiuddin should be executed in public. That is his punishment for being an atheist and criticizing Islam and Muhammad. So in 2013, I was attacked, and I still have so many bad dreams about that attack. I always dream about one incident that some mullahs is coming to my home and dragging me to the streets and cutting my head in front of many people, and the Islamic people, they are cheering up, watching my execution. And I have seen some moderate Islamists, they came and told me that is not true Islam, that is wrong interpretation of Islam. And I asked them, what about the Asma bint Marwan, and what about the Abu Afaq, who criticized Muhammad during Muhammad's time, and what Muhammad did with them? Muhammad ordered to slaughter them, and they were slaughtered at night. So Muhammad, what moderate said, that I asked moderate Muslims, moderate Islamists, that Muhammad was not a good Muslim. What do you think? Muhammad was not a good Muslim? I started this kind of writings and debate. This is 18 years I'm doing this. I'm not very old, I'm 31. And when I was 13 years old, I started doing this kind of things. And 89% of the population in Bangladesh are Muslim. So I started blogging in 2005, and that time Abhijit Roy and me, and we had only 4 or 5 atheist or secularist bloggers, and we started that thing. But now you cannot imagine how many are we. We are like 15 to 20,000 people who are secularist and humanist, atheist, non-believer. That is our huge success. And I need to tell you one story. I should tell you one story that when I became an atheist, I was 13 years old, and I was really very confused about religion, and I had many questions. And I started asking questions to my mother, and my mother said, no, never ask question to anyone. These are religious questions. You cannot question, you have to believe those things. But I had so many doubts, I have so many questions, so I started reading Bible and Quran and Bible, first Quran and Hadith, then I read Bible and Gita, and then I became an atheist. So, yeah, I always say that people ask me how you become an atheist. I always tell them that you have to read Quran, then you will be an atheist. And if you are if you not become an atheist, you will be a fundamentalist. That is the two way, no other way. So my mother told me that no, never ask these questions again. And I was thrown out of my home. I was beaten very badly because I told her that I don't believe in Muhammad or Allah. These are stupid stories. And I asked questions about Abraham and Muhammad, about Noah, about Moses. And after 3 years, one day my mother told me that she was also an atheist. But she was living in an Islamic culture, Islamic family, and she was a housewife. She cannot discuss these things with anyone. So after a long time, she found me, and she started discussing these things with me, and she was very happy that time, that now she can discuss. She had so many questions in her life, but she never spoke these things to anyone. And it feels very good when you can speak with your belief, what you believe or what you do not believe. When you speak with someone, it feels very good. And my mother was very happy that time. And now I think my mother died in 2008. Now I think she was a feminist also. In 2013, Bangladesh government banned my blog. My blog was one of the most popular blog in Bangladesh, in Bangla blog community. But it is very hard to become a popular blogger and as the same time an atheist. People will not read your blogs or your books or your articles if you are an atheist. But my blog was very much popular. But in 2013, Bangladesh government banned my blog, and now they deleted everything from my blog because of they said my blog was very blasphemous blog. And what was so blasphemous about my blog? What did I wrote in my blog? I wrote one article about Anal Haq, that means I am Allah. There was a Sufi philosopher in 800th century, and he wrote that Anal Haq, everyone is Allah, God is in everyone. There is no God in the sky. You don't have to search God in the sky or heaven. There is no heaven and hell. Everyone is God. Every person, human being is God. So I wrote that article to explain what is the meaning of Anal Haq, what is I am God. Every human being is God. And that was one of the accusation against me, that I declared myself as Allah. That is so much blasphemic. But for me, I don't see anything offensive in that article. And the other blogs, what I wrote in my blog, that one of them was I suggested the Bangladesh government to make public toilets for women, not make masjid or mosque or religious things, because Bangladesh is a secular country. I wrote to the government that Bangladesh is a secular country. They should spend money for the citizen. They should not spend money for the gods, or they should not do something so that they can go to heaven and have virgins. Those things are stupid. Government should not do that, and government should not have the. Government should not make the way to go to heaven. If government want to make the way to heaven, then they should kill every citizen. Then they will go to heaven. And those things I wrote in my blog, and that was number 2 accusation against me. And I wrote about LGBT rights, and police asked me, when they interrogated me, they asked me, why you are trying to convert Bangladesh to a gay country? And I said, if I write a blog about LGBT rights, so Bangladesh will be a gay country. Do you really think so? And they said, yes, they will try to do that. People will try to do that if you write something like this. So police I was in the interrogation of with police for 8 days, and they asked me many stupid questions. But after 8 days, 4 of them become an atheist. Yeah, that was my huge success. And then after that, they sent me to the prison, and the jail super, they came to see me, and I was talking to him also about atheism, about Islam, about Christianity, about Hinduism. And after a few days, one of the jail super, he also told me, now I have some confusion. Then he sent me, I was in prison for 3.5 months, and 3.5 months I get very good foods in prison. When I was a child, I was thrown out of my home for many times. I was beaten in my school. I asked questions to my teachers about what I will get in the heaven. If I believe in Islam, what I will get? What is your offer? And he said, yeah, okay, you will get 72 virgins and a lot of wines. So I said, okay, I want to have it now as a sample. And I want to have some samples, then I will decide that, okay, I will do that. Then my teacher, they were very angry with me, and they started beating me again and again. And I got F grade in many subjects, especially Islamic subject. I got F grade. Every time I got F grade. They never passed me in Islam. Islam is one of the subject in Bangladeshi education system, so we have to pass Islam, otherwise we will not get the certificate. So in 2013, I was on the hit list. Actually, not in 2013, I am on the hit list from 2007. In 2007, I started speaking against Islam. I joined in many debates, and I never tried to win the debate, but I tried to continue the debate with as long as I can do, because I think that winning will not change everything. I will be very proud if I can win, but they will not change their mind. I always want to share. I always want to talk to them. So in 2007, I was in the hit list for the first time, and that time I was very afraid, and I thought, oh, I should stop these things, otherwise I will be killed. But later I thought that, okay, let's do it. I have to tell what I think, otherwise I will die anyway. So it is better to tell what I think, what inside of my mind. Then I will be dead in 40 years or 50 years. So what I will do if I cannot tell anything for 40, 50 years, that is not living. So I have to tell everyone what I'm thinking. So they started trying to kidnap me several times, and they came with a white microbus, and they trying to take me inside, and I survived. And I survived many times, actually, but in 2013, that attack was very brutal. And I'm very thankful to my friends, my families, to save me that night. They gave me blood. And the interesting thing is, many Muslim friends, they are very religious Muslim, they were praying for me that night. That was, for me, that was a very good thing to have, that I think not all Muslims, many people said that Muslim religious fanatics, they are bad, but some people are, those people are not actually bad people, their ideas are bad. When I was in prison, I met my attackers, 3 of them. They were in the same cell, and one day they told me, "Oh, hi Asif, how are you?" And I said, "Who are you? I don't know you." And they said, and then I recognized them. "Oh, okay, you are the 3. Okay, come, and let's have a talk." And then they came to me, and I started talking to them. I was very easy. I didn't say anything about Islam or Muhammad. In the beginning, they told me, "We can talk to you, but you cannot say anything about atheism. Otherwise, we will be offended." I said, "Okay, no problem. Let's have some talk about." Then I asked them, "Why did you try to kill me? You should have come from in front, not from the behind. That is not the Islamic tradition. Islamic tradition is come from in front and cut the head." And then I said, "Oh, you are not a good Muslim. You should consider yourself to come from in front and then cut my head. So you did a bad thing. You will not get your virgins in heaven." And they said, "Oh," they were a little bit confused. Then they said, "Oh, no, from behind it is okay." I said, "No, it is not okay. You should read hadith that you have to come from in front." And they were really very confused. And then I asked them that, "What you will get killing me?" They said, I asked them that, "Do you want to save Allah from me? Do you think I am more powerful than him?" Then I talked to them for 30 minutes, and I offered them some food. And I realized that they are not criminals. They are, it is my feeling that they are not criminals. They are very innocent people. Their idea is criminal. They are just brainwashed people. One of them, the youngest one, was 21 years old, and I felt that he was very good person. He was a good person who follow his ideology, and it is very good thing that if you are any kind of ideology you believe, it is a very good thing if you follow that ideology. If you are a Democrat, if you are a liberal, if you are an atheist, it is very good. If you are a humanist, it is good to follow the humanist philosophy, humanist ideology. And they are also, in that sense, they are also very good people. In Islamic ideology, they are very good. But Islamic ideology is bad, so they are bad. We cannot do anything about them. We should offend their religion, not offend them, but offend their religion again and again. And we should, and I'm doing this for 17 or 18 years now. I saw that the tolerance level of religious fundamentalists, it grows day by day. When first time I saw that, I told them that I'm an atheist, they become very angry with me. Oh, you cannot be an atheist, we will kill you. Now I criticize Muhammad each and every day, and they said, okay, fine, it's okay. So their tolerance level is growing, and we should continue this thing again and again for a long time, to continue this debate about Muhammad, about Islam, about Allah, what Allah did. Allah is not a good God. We should continue this debate, and their tolerance level will increase day by day. But if we say that, okay, let's do not offend them, they are also very good people. Yes, they are very good people. Many of them are very good people. If we stop offending them, then they will stand in that position, and they will never change. They will never change anything. Their ideology will never change. So for us, it is very important to offend them again and again, as I think. So, and in 2013, they published a hit list of 84 bloggers, and my name was on the top of that. And Abhijit Roy was there also, and 6 days ago, Washikur Babu, another blogger, died. They both were a very good friend of mine. Abhijit Roy was my best friend. He started muktomona.com, and that was the pioneer blog for free thinkers in Bangladesh. And Washikur Babu, he was like my younger brother. And in 2013, another blogger died. His name was Rajiv Haidar. They also cut his head and put his head in front of his home and his body in the other place. So in 2004, another intellectual died in Bangladesh. His name was Abhijit Roy. And maybe you heard the name of Taslima Nasrin. She cannot live in Bangladesh. She is now living in Delhi. So what we can do, I am a very powerless person. I'm not a very important person for Bangladeshi politics. I'm just a blogger. So I use my power in blogging. And I think everyone here, some of you have power, some of you can create some pressure on Bangladesh government or create some pressure on Middle Eastern countries so that they stop sponsoring the madrasas. If you have this kind of chance, you should do it. Otherwise, this religious fundamentalism, it is a cancer for humanity. It will destroy all humanity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Asif Mohiuddin. I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it publicly. You are wrong. You are not a bad speaker. You absolutely do have power. What you say is important and essential, and we are honored to have you here. You are not a bad speaker. You are wrong. Okay.